Welcome to day 3 of Interbike 2011 and to Good Morning Interbike. So good morning Interbike, this is David from the Fredcast and we're here again at the Interbike Media Center. Today I'm joined by Mark Sawney. Mark's from Bicycle Retailer and Industry News, the paper of record for the bicycle industry here in the United States. And you know, Mark, we were talking about the fact that you've been coming to Interbike for 20 years. I think my first Interbike was 1989. It's Interbike's 30th anniversary. I know products aren't your beat, but what kind of changes, if any, have you seen over the 20 years that you've been coming here? It doesn't have to necessarily be about product, just about what kind of attitude change or vibe change have you seen?
Well, I do think I've seen quite a bit of change on product over time. Obviously, when we got into the business, RockShox it was just being born, as a matter of fact. So we've seen the whole evolution of the mountain bike world. From hard to no suspension at all to full suspension today. Look at the innovation in carbon fiber. Titanium was hot a few decades ago. It's still alive and well in some lines. So there's been quite a bit of innovation. If you take a look at what's happened with shifting systems, you know, Shimano, of course, with their Di2. Go back to STI, you know, that was huge, and index shifting back in the late 80s. So there's been huge amounts of innovation. I think it's fair to say that the quality of most of the products being sold today, and especially retail, are among the highest in the world in this particular market. So there's been a lot of changes, a lot of positive changes, and I think it's absolutely true, if I may borrow a line from our folks at Specialized, you know, it's innovate or die. And this market's been very innovative over the last 20 years. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. As you've walked around the show, I know you talked to a lot of retailers, you talked to a lot of exhibitors. That's clearly who your target audience is for Bicycle Retailer. What are exhibitors saying about Interbike this year?
Well, you know, it's interesting. You know, there's been a lot of trade show angst over the last year or so, and I think Interbike came into this show with a lot of exhibitors wondering, will dealers be here? And I've talked to many exhibitors who were apprehensive about this show coming into it. You know, we've had Eurobike was only 2 weeks ago. The turnaround time has been quick. Everybody is very, very pleased. This has been a great show. I have not talked to one exhibitor who's complained at all about traffic. This show seems to be embedded in the retail gene. Retailers like coming to Las Vegas, even though a lot of exhibitors are tired of the venue. Retailers like to come here. They enjoy Las Vegas. Repeated surveys done by Interbike and us show that Las Vegas is still the best choice among dealers. They can come here, see great product. They can go out to dinner at great restaurants. They can catch some entertainment. They can have a good time. But the exhibitors are very happy. I talked to Eric Wallace at Saris this morning, slammed. I talked to Michael Gamstetter, who was a former editor of Bicycle Retailer and now at VSI, slammed. Thule, I talked to Peter Pell this morning at Thule, slammed. Great show, lots of happy exhibitors. Many of them who came here with not the highest expectations on dealer turnout. But one of the things I have picked up a little bit, there has been some real order writing that's been going on here. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a shift in how dealers perceive this show in terms of writing orders. So I think there's some interesting trends out there.
You know, Pat Hoos was here yesterday, and I asked him about that Eurobike, Interbike thing. A lot of the press, we sit around the media center and they say, well, you know, a lot of the introductions happen at Eurobike. They don't happen at Interbike anymore. And he said, well, not true on a wholesale basis. But more importantly, as you said, for the dealers, the fact that maybe it was introduced at Eurobike, but this is their first opportunity to see it. So this really is a dealer show after all, right?
Well, I may disagree just a little bit with my good friend Pat Hoos. Let's face it, there's a lot of reps out there that